Hello! Do you want to see a full test route? You come to the right place. Today we're going to be running around another test route from Southport. If you do like this video, please like, comment and subscribe. It does me a great favour. It is only one click, and yeah, let's get on to it, shall we? So, we're down the test centre road currently. We're going to be moving off. So today, on this test route, we're going to be following signs. Now, me personally, I think signs is easier than following sat-nav. You can make your own judgments on that. At the end of the road, we're going to turn right. So, we're just... checked our mirrors, we've indicated we're just backing off from this learner, giving them plenty of space. As we're rolling up to the road, looking right first, then left, right again, left again, making sure it's safe. Moving out with a bit of gas. As we're approaching the traffic lights, they are on red currently, so I'm going to back my speed off straight away to try and time it, essentially. Don't think I'm going to be able to, so my clutch has gone down, I popped it into first. I'm going to put my handbrake on because I'm on a little bit of a hill and I've got a little bit of time to do that. So while I'm waiting, I'm generally just keeping an eye on my mirrors, looking around. I'm finding my bike now, being ready to go, ready to set my gas, handbrake's come down, I'm holding my bike point and we're moving off nice and smooth. Now, this test route follows signs to Preston. I am going to stop shortly to basically give you the information on that. Okay, so with the roundabout, we're going to be following the road ahead, taking the second exit. I'm just checking my mirrors coming back after the vehicles. I'm pulling it to the left. I'm looking on the roundabout. It is clear. I'm sticking to my lane. Left mirror check as we get past the first exit, and then I'm putting a left indicator on as well. Now, coming down this road, we are going to be looking for a safe place to stop. However, looks like there's not really much here, unfortunately. So let's just keep going for now. Right, so we're going to pull up on the left at a safe place here. It's going to be a little bit tight to the bus stop, but we're not going to get too close to it that we give any issues to any buses that could potentially want to come to a stop. And we're far enough away from the junction behind to be in a safe place. So, shortly, we're going to follow signs to Preston. You're going to follow signs for around about 20 minutes. If you do have any questions, please ask. Please continue following signs until I tell you to do so otherwise. Okay, so moving off from a busy road, I'm finding my bike, I've indicated right, done my checks, and I've got enough time behind me from that BMW to get a move on. Now, looking up, we've got a green sign in front of us. Following signs to Preston. The green sign's after that junction, so I know it's the junction after. Nobody was at the zebra crossing. We're mirror checking, we're indicating, and we're coming to a stop at the red traffic lights. Giving ourselves plenty of space from the van in front. They are over the line. We want to give them plenty of space in case they roll back potentially, and also as well to be able to see the traffic lights and be prepared to move off when they do change the green. Like I said, guys, if you do like this video, please drop a like, comment and subscribe. It does me a massive favour. I am new to YouTube, essentially. I do post a little bit on there, some shorts and stuff, but I am starting to do a lot more long form content on YouTube as we speak. So, hence this video. So we're waiting for the traffic lights to change. I'm going to find my bike, I'm going to get prepared. I'm still looking in my mirrors to make sure it's safe. I'm looking out for any cyclists and or pedestrians. I'm just keeping an eye out on any moving parts that might cause me a bit of an issue. Traffic lights have changed, set my gas, found my bite, and then I'm still continuing to press the gas. I'm going to get a second gear change in before I start my turning so I can focus purely on my steering. Bringing my steering back before the car gets straight, so a continuation of like the car straightening up. You don't want to turn the steering wheel back straight after the car's straight, otherwise you're going to keep going the direction that you've turned. So, coming down this road now, I'm trying to look far enough ahead. Got plenty of parked cars on the left. not got much coming ahead, so I am okay to overtake this parked up van on the left hand side. I'm going to bring my speed back nice and early and see if I can time this without having to come to a stop. Now this is a hill, so if I can keep it rolling, it's a heck of a lot easier to move off while still rolling, like so, than coming to a full stop and having to mess around getting your bite point and put your handbrake on. So planning ahead is massive when it comes to doing your driving test. Now obviously we've got parts like vehicles in front of us. I know over the top of the hill there's probably going to be some vehicles parked up on the left hand side, so I've got to be aware of that to make sure I've got enough space to overtake. There is enough space, giving myself plenty of space from this vehicle in front as well, just so I can plan further in advance. See, the traffic lights have gone to red. I'm immediately bringing the speed of the car back. I know I'm probably going to have to go into first here, but if I can keep it rolling, I do want to keep it rolling. So if you can see, I'm just letting the car roll ever so slightly to try and keep that roll on. Try not to get too close to the vehicle in front. I've kept it rolling just about. Like I say, it's a heck of a lot easier to move off when you're actually rolling as opposed to coming to a full stop. We're looking, planning now, we're looking at the cars ahead, coming and dipping back in, we're dipping back out, we're checking mirrors, making sure it's safe to come back past the parked up vehicles. Now, we have got a red car parked on the left, we have got a van coming ahead. I'm gonna take the safer option and just slow the car right down here, checking my mirrors before I come out. There was a gap for me to get through there, however, it just wasn't worth it at that time. I may as well just slow down, let the car proceed, the van proceed, sorry, and then I can proceed after the van's finished. We've got a tightest left turn coming up. We're still checking those mirrors, we're making sure it's safe. And we're around the corner with a bit of gas. Planning ahead now, we've got a red car coming ahead, we've got a parked up vehicle, we've got a pedestrian walking, so I'm going to back my speed off just in case there's a further pedestrian wanting to walk out behind the vehicles. There isn't. Now this one here, the examiner will come in and say to you, I'm going to just let this old lady come out here because she has just dipped out into the road, so I'm just going to slow down and give her the opportunity. The examiner may come in at this point and say, the sign's a little bit difficult to see here, so at the traffic lights, I'd like you to turn right. Now, during your driving test, the examiner may come in at points and give you a little bit of guidance as and where you need it. So it's not one of those things where the examiner's trying to catch you out. It is literally just to give you a little bit of guidance and a little bit of help, because what the examiners are supposed to do, they're meant to act. So you may have done all your training in your local area. You may have spent every waking moment in your local area. However, the examiners are meant to deal with every learner exactly the same, almost like they don't have a clue about where they're driving. So essentially, if there is a little bit of misinformation or misguidance, they will help with that. Well, getting it up to 30 miles an hour, I am going to put my cruise control on at 30 because it's a little bit of a straight road and we've got plenty of space in front of us, so we're not approaching the vehicle too quick. They're keeping the same speed we're going, so we're just going to get our cruise control and it's nice and chill then, isn't it? So the lights have gone to red. I'm going to bring my speed back. I'm slowing right down. My clutch is going down. And I'm going to just stop just over the top of that hill, giving myself plenty of space from the vehicle in front, tyres and tarmac and all that, making sure that we do have enough space in front of us for a nice, safe gap there. Don't want to get too close to vehicles in front, because if that vehicle breaks down and you have somebody right up your chuff as well, you're going to be stuck there. So I'm getting my bite point now. I'm the third car in this line. I'm setting my gas again. I'm controlling my clutch now. I'm holding it on the bite point so we can have a nice smooth move off while still continuing to squeeze the gas. We're getting up to 25 now. We're trying to keep a nice safe gap for the vehicle in front. I'm going to check my mirrors before I move out around this vehicle. Now, I am just keeping it around about 25 miles an hour, only because we're overtaking cars on the left and there is quite a lot of vehicles coming from the right. You see this vehicle in front is now indicating left, so it tells me they're going to slow down. So once they've gone, I'm going to build my speed up to 30. I'm going to pop my cruise control on and we're going to continue with my looking ahead to make sure that it's safe to do what I need to do. So I'm looking at the pedestrian on the left, got cars to overtake. It's a nice wide road this, so we are just going to continue at 30 at this moment in time. There is parked up vehicles on the left hand side, so I'm just going to take my time to move out nice and early. Looking far enough ahead now, there is a bus on the left hand side, the right hand side. It has just moved off. I am going to just reduce my speed slightly, just with that car turning left, and also a lot of like moving parts here now. At the roundabout we're going to be turning left. I've waited till I got past that junction before putting my left indicator on. Checking my mirrors as I come back after the parked cars, and then getting myself prepared for the roundabout. Now, as we're approaching this roundabout, I'm looking to the right hand side nice and early, but scanning ahead to make sure that black Ford is actually entering into the roundabout and not stopping in front of me. It's all about preparation, guys. Thinking about things that could happen before they actually happen. Checking my mirrors to make sure it's safe to continue in the position that I'm in. And I'm checking my mirror coming back to make sure it's safe to come back. Now I can see there's a Volvo in front pulling up on the left hand side. Is it safe for me to get through this gap? Yes, I am going to check my mirrors just to move out, but I'm also watching that car door for any movement. Okay, now we're going to end up coming into a tighter area here now. So we're in the middle of a place called Churchtown. There's lots of moving parts, lots of pedestrian traffic, lots of parked vehicles, okay? So it's always handy to even drop below that 20-mile-an-hour speed limit at some point during this, if it does end up getting tight. Now this is a tight gap. I can get through it, that's why I've lowered my speed right down to 15. Checking my mirrors coming back after the vehicles, and also indicating left for the roundabout. Make sure no one's at that pedestrian crossing as you exit the roundabout, because that catches some people out. Coming down again, still 20 miles an hour. There's a lot of parked up vehicles on the left and right. I'm looking as far ahead as I can to the roundabout to make sure that nobody's coming around the roundabout, so I can actually overtake this parked up vehicle on the left. Now, at the roundabout, we'll be following the road ahead. We'll be taking the second exit. So we're looking to the right, we're scanning the roundabout, head's moving. And then as we exit the roundabout, the examiner's going to step in and say, I'd like you to take up the right-hand lane. We're following signs to Preston still here. So you can see there, just where that red burn van is, the Preston sign is on the right there. So we're going to turn right at the traffic lights. Lights have just gone to red. So, oh, hello, cheeky, naughty, naughty. Now I'm going to slow down, make sure I come to a nice stop at the line. I'm going to put my handbrake on, I'm going to go into neutral. So I know that this set of traffic lights, this is local knowledge for you. I know with this set of traffic lights here, these guys on the left and right go, those guys across the road go, and then we go. So I am sat in neutral. I am just kind of making sure I'm just taking a nice deep breath. I'm relaxing a little bit, making sure I'm thinking about what's next to come, okay? On your driving test, these moments are valuable to breathe, relax, and just bring the nerves down a little bit. I'm now getting myself prepared because I know that these traffic lights are going to change very, very shortly. I've got my bike point, I'm getting ready to set gas. I've set gas, my handbrake's come off, and I'm rolling through the junction. I'm starting my turn straight away because there's nobody coming from ahead. The right filter light's on, you know that it's going to be safe. And then we're back into a 30-mile-an-hour zone here. I'm still scanning the road ahead to make sure that it's safe to proceed. Looking down junctions to make sure no one's coming out. Checking my mirrors as I move out around parked vehicles. Okay, there's a lady with a dog coming up on the left hand side. Just keeping my eye on her because she looked like she was walking towards the road. She wasn't, she was letting the dog have a little wee wee. Checking my mirrors before I come out around the vehicle. Scanning the pedestrian crossing, making sure nobody's there. Now we've got a tighter gap here with the bus, so I'm going to reduce my speed down again, just slightly, making sure that we're not going through those gaps too quickly. Still scanning my mirrors, still scanning the road ahead. Back up onto my cruise control at 30 miles an hour. Again, parked cars on the left. So we're checking our mirrors, we're moving out. We're staying in the same position. we're still scanning the road ahead. My eyes are always moving, okay? I'm looking now as far as I can towards the roundabout. The roundabout will follow in the road ahead, taking the second exit. I've got onto my brakes early. I'm going to drop it down into second gear now. I'm going to bring my clutch up. That guy's still on the opposite side of the road. There is a white car coming, so I'm going to sit now and wait. I've got my bike, I've set my gas, and we're off. Check my mirror coming off the roundabout, and I'm bringing my speed up. Setting that cruise control once more. Still scanning the road ahead, making sure it's safe. Again, you've got parked vehicles on the left hand side. It's quite far onto the curb, so we're not really too worried about the gap that I've got to move into. So it's a nice early mirror check to move out. Keeping our eye on the BMW behind. It does seem like it's getting quite close to me during this drive, so there's potential for it to try and overtake at some point. Now I am going to keep to 30 for now. We are creeping towards this car, but now it's pulling away from us, so we're going to keep to 30. There was no need for me to overreact there. The car got up to speed very, very quickly, so we're not too worried about that. The signs now are going to change. So we're now going to follow signs to Marine Drive. So, as I'm looking ahead at the green sign, scanning for Marine Drive, it's a left on the roundabout and it's a first exit. So, check my mirrors, I've indicated left, I'm bringing my brake in nice and early, I'm going down into second on approach, and then I'm looking across that roundabout. Are we clear? Yes we are. Scanning the roundabout, moving around the corner, and then we're going to build our speed up. The signs have now changed. There's a lady on the road there, I'm just giving her plenty of space. Why has those signs changed to 40? New roadworks here. I'm going to assume that the speed is going to change down to 40 for this section because there's a new Lidl going in place, and then it's going to go back up to 50 once we are past the Lidl. We've got a temporary red traffic light in front of us, so I am going to come to a stop. Handbrake's gone on, and we're going to relax. Again guys, please like, comment and subscribe on this video. I do appreciate every single like, comment and subscribe. And I've built up quite a nice little set of subscribers over the last couple of months doing these longer form videos, so hoping to reach that 1,000 subscriber mark at some point. There's my mate Paul. Hello Paul. And yeah, thank you very much all for your following and watching the videos. I really do appreciate it. It makes a big difference to my sort of confidence and stuff, the fact that quite a lot of people view my videos. YouTube's a hard nut to crack, I must admit, so I do really appreciate everybody that takes the time to watch these videos and to comment on them and to like on them. So again, thank you all so very much. I do really appreciate it. So I know the traffic from ahead stopped now, so I'm going to get myself set ready to go here. I'm just underneath the bike point at this point. I'm continuing to look in my mirrors as I move off, only because it is a temporary traffic light and you never know what could happen. There is another set of traffic lights on the left hand side that the wagon's just come out of, so I'm going to continue to remain prepared. I'm continuing to scan everything that's going on in front of me and behind me as well. Okay, so hoping these traffic lights change shortly. Move on. Now they've changed, gas is set, found my bike. Oh, this lady again, she likes walking in the road, this one. Give her plenty of space. And we're building it up now, so we're back up to a 50-mile-an-hour zone. Not sure why there was 40-mile-an-hour signs at the start of the coast road. Must be changing. Always been a 50 this road, it has been for a long time, so we're gonna just start building up again now. We've got plenty of space from the car in front, but we're gonna keep this nice gap only because reaction time, safe distance gives you plenty of time to react to the vehicles in front when you give yourself plenty of space. So it's always handy to back off, make sure that you're giving a nice safe gap in front. Okay guys, so on this coast road, like I was saying, it's one of your moments where you can relax and just kind of chill out a little bit. Like the cruise control's gone on now, so we're travelling down this road at 50 miles an hour. It's completely clear in front, it's completely safe to do so. There is a lot of good visibility, you can see plenty of the road ahead, which means it's absolutely safe to do 50 miles an hour. Now, sometimes when you driving test, you'll think, oh, I might go slower so I can, you know, impress the examiner by taking my time and stuff. It's not kind of how they look at it. They want you to be at the speed limit if it's safe to do so. Now, we're going to take the next road on the left, okay? So, mirror check's nice and early. You can see the sign saying that the road's 150 yards away. So I am reducing my speed down, getting it right down on approach to this left turn. It's a very, very tight left turn, and if you mistime it because you're going too quick, you'll mess it up. So, like so. Speed was nice and clean, right down to 20, below 20 even, to take the turn. Now, I know sometimes you're a little bit fearful for bringing your speed down too much on approach to a junction. However, it's absolutely necessary at that point to do it. So, coming down into a 20 zone, checking the mirrors prior to slowing down, making sure it's safe to do so. And that 20 zone is there. This is a point now on this driving test where you may get a right reverse, potentially, where you pull up on the right and reverse back 2 car lengths, or you could get an emergency stop, or you could get a normal stop to pull up on the left hand side. Now, it's a very wide road, it's 20 miles an hour. Make sure that you are doing 20 miles an hour, no more, okay? A lot of people, once they come off that 50 road, what they have in their mind is, oh, I've just done 50, you know, the adrenaline's pumping, you know, they're like eager to get moving. Just make sure you're doing 20. I know it's a big drop from 50 to 20, but obviously it's necessary due to the fact there's a golf course there, plenty of houses, and a lot of people do race down that road at speeds in excess of 20. So again, coming down this road, it's one of those roads where you can get a right reverse, you can get a normal stop, get a parallel park on the white car in front of us, looking in advance, get an emergency stop. There's all options on this road for you to do a manoeuvre, a couple of stops potentially, a couple of manoeuvres, an emergency stop. You know, you show me, tell me question, how would you wash and clean the front windscreen, like that. There is loads of stuff on this road that you could potentially do. It's a nice long wide road, it's 20 miles an hour. The examiner may do something on this road with you. So again, moving out around vehicles, making sure it's safe, checking around, checking coming back. We're looking for any potential hazards down this road. So obviously, person on a mobility scooter, potential hazard, don't know what they're going to do, don't know what anyone's going to do. Treat everything like it's a mystery. He's chilling, he's got his Liverpool scarf, poor fella. So again, it's about scanning the road ahead, planning in advance, making sure you're taking every opportunity there to make sure that you're not doing anything daft. We're turning left at the end of the road. I'm keeping an eye on this lady. She's walking towards the road, and I'm past her before she gets to the road. Now I'm coming up to the end of the road. I'm looking to my right. I'm scanning to the left. I have got enough time before that black car gets to me. I'm scanning both ways before coming out, and I'm building my speed up to the 30 mile an hour zone that it is currently. However, the traffic lights have just gone to red, so now I'm bringing my speed down again. Don't feel like you need to get to the speed limit as well. If it's not safe to get to the speed limit, don't get to the speed limit. There's so many things that can happen during your driving test where you won't it won't be necessary to do the speed limit. In 20 mile an hour roads, for example, like I showed you before, if it's busy on the left and right, you've got stuff happening in front of you, you can't do 20, you need to slow down. It's as simple as that. There's so many things where people think like, I must do the speed limit. Like now, this is a 30 mile an hour road, I'm currently sat at 24, only because I've got so much going on that I want to try and be able to plan in advance and time it. Now, I am going to increase slightly on approach to this van so I can get back in before the van gets to me. So I'm taking, not evasive action, but I'm taking action to prevent getting myself stuck in a situation that I don't want to be in. And you guys can do the same thing. So looking down left and right, making sure it's safe on both sides. At the roundabout, we're going to be following the road ahead, and we're going to be taking the second exit onto Lord Street. So, braking nice and early, gear change nice and early, bringing that clutch up, engaging the clutch. I'm looking for a chance to go. I've got it. I've timed it well, sticking to my lane, doing a left mirror check and a left indicator. And we're moving on to Lord Street. Now I'm going to just keep an eye on this fella here. Step back to let me through. And again, loads of stuff happening on Lord Street, loads of pedestrians, loads of moving parts. Now there is nobody at the crossing, so I am going to take the opportunity to go on the flashing amber light. That means you can go if there's nobody crossing at the crossing, but with caution. Even when it's on green, you have to do it with caution. Like, I know there's somebody just crossed. Is the traffic lights going to change? No, so we're going to continue. We're watching that lady when she got to the crossing as well, to make sure she's not walking out without looking. Like, you guys have got full control of how your test actually sort of ends. It's not as if you haven't got control. There is so much stuff that you can do to give yourself the best opportunity to pass your driving test. It's not just about being a good driver, it's being aware of everything that's going on around you, and other drivers as well. Other drivers can dictate whether you pass or fail. Now, that seems strange, but if you let another driver do something silly and then you approach them too quickly, or you do something along the lines that could resonate to a serious fault, then that's on you for not taking that opportunity to maybe slow down a bit earlier or engage what's happening in front of you. Like, there is so much stuff that you can do to plan ahead. Just in one of my old learners there. She's probably going to try and ring me now. So again, flashing amber, taking time to assess the situation. We are going to turn left at the traffic lights. There is a solid white line here that I cannot go across, but I'm in my mirrors early, I'm indicating early, and then I'm planning in advance. Now there is backed up traffic into the junction here, so I am going to wait right here. I'm going to keep my eyes on the traffic lights. They've just gone to red. So reason why I stopped there, the junction isn't safe for me to enter into. There's loads of backed up traffic, so there's no point in me trying to force my way through at that point and getting stuck in the middle of a junction when there's other guys trying to cross over there. It was a more safer option there to come to a stop. Now don't be afraid of doing that. Don't just go into a junction blindly if it is too busy or it's backed up and it's not safe to enter. There's loads of stuff that could happen like that on your driving test. Like, I know, local knowledge, I know that there's temporary traffic lights around that corner, hence why it's backed up. Now, again, it's up to you guys to be able to assess that situation properly. Things happen on your driving test where assessment needs to be on top. You need to plan in advance and assess everything that's happening in front of you. So I'm waiting for the traffic lights to change. The green man has just come on, which tells me the traffic lights are not going to change yet until the green man has gone out. So we're waiting with our clutch down, we're in first gear, we're prepared. We're waiting for the traffic light, the green man, to come off. I'm keeping an eye on it, I'm looking around, it's gone to red. This lady's going to cross without the green man, and the traffic light's going to change shortly after she gets to the middle, I'm hoping. There we go. So we're setting our gas, we're just checking in that left mirror, making sure we've got no cyclists on our left hand side that's going to cause us a problem. And then we're approaching the temporary traffic lights. Again, lots of stuff going on, lots of moving parts, lots of pedestrians. It's a busy area. So it's always handy to take your time, slow down early and prepare in advance. We can see I'm in neutral, there's a bus coming in front of us, so I don't need to put it in gear just as of yet. Because even if the traffic lights do change, I can't go, there's a bus in front of me. So you guys, again, have got to think about that. This bus is actually coming through these traffic lights quite slowly. And if you look at it, it's driver route learning. So it's a new driver learning bus routes. Hence why he was going through there quite slowly. So fair play to Mr. Bus Driver. But again, like I say, you can't go through the traffic lights until it's cleared anyway. And you will find that at temporary traffic lights, a lot of people tend to try and push through on a red traffic light because they want to get to their destination as quickly as possible. You, however, need to be the opposite. You need to plan in advance, think about what's happening in front of you, and then assess the situation. So the lights have gone to green. I'm moving forward slowly just because there's pedestrians crossing in front of me, and I'm just watching for anybody else that might fancy walking out in front of the car. And again, lots of moving parts, lots of pedestrians, lots of traffic, loads of parts moving, like pedestrians on the side of the road. We're open a little bit now, but if you look now, there's a lot of stuff going on the right hand side, a lot of parked vehicles and a pedestrian crossing, so I'm not going to increase my speed too much. Again, you've got people that will walk in between vehicles, so I'm trying to look around, making sure that it's safe at every given moment. There is no point in rushing down here because we don't know what's behind any of these vehicles. We are going to take the next road on the right. We're going to turn back into the test centre road. If we've got a gap, we have got a gap. So we're moving through that junction. And then what we're going to do is pull up on the left-hand side. So we're going to pull up on the left, getting nice and tight to the curb. And then I'm just going to reverse back to give myself a bit of extra space. There we are. Okay, that's test route number 4. I do appreciate you watching the video, guys. Please like, comment and subscribe. If you have any criticisms of my driving, please drop a comment in. Yeah, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you all next time.